What is up, guys? You got NotTheWorst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, and today we're taking a look at the patch notes for December 28th. We did get a full set of skills for Woosa, minus the Magnus skill, released, and a couple of new events and things that are in there. Let's jump in, take a look, starting off with these events. First up, we've got Welcome 2023 New Year's Challenge. Just being in the game, you're going to be getting some Glittering Pouch of Fortunes, Item Drop Scrolls, Extra Mount XP Scrolls, and Secret Book of Florins. And then you'll also be grabbing your Wishful New Year's chest, prepared to bring the best for New Year's. So this is running until the 11th. And these have in them some memory fragments, rare course or training materials, their advice of Valk 77, interesting number, underwear box, and some sharps and hards to go along with it. And Laura is busy this time of year, but not busy enough to bring New Year's buffs. So we also have those available there. You can get some drop rate or life XP bonus, combat XP, training, and fishing, depending on which one you want to set up with. And then you also have a little bit more. You can exchange 20 energy with the Black Spirit to pick up a 23% item drop rate, because 2023, right? Get it? So you can pick that up virtually any time at 20 energy. You're probably recovering that as you're logged in, so a little extra bonus there. Roundabout way for some extra drop. Next up, we have preseason for Arena Solare, as you'll see coming up in the regular patch notes after the events page. That is now live. Preseason's running for 1 week, and then we will have the actual season running after that during placements, but we'll jump into that a little bit later. Anyhow, win 3 matches, and you're going to get some Artisan Memories, Cron Stones, enhancement materials, and an 80 stack to go along with that. And then we have the treasure event returning as well. If you're not familiar with this, it allows certain pieces of treasure items to drop in other areas. For example, the Blood Wolf HP potion piece can also drop at Kadri Ruins, the Ronars one at Crescent. So you can get compass pieces at Gyfin, that sort of thing. So you've got additional places you can grind for those items that you've been looking for a certain amount of time. So good luck with those drops. And then we have Megu coming soon. Shall we prepare the blessings? So you're going to log in and get 2 items to get blessings here. Blessing of Breathing Earth and Blessing of Fragrant Wind, which produce some buffs for you. We've got 24-hour season hot time that is on at all times. That is just season available there. So that is the events for this week. Let's move into content updates. And as noted earlier, first up, we have almost a full-fledged kit for Woosa minus Magnus skill for Succession. They do have kind of a note on it that's interesting. So they say 6 types of skill enhancements and 2 prime skills have been added for Woosa. Of course, you get the 2 prime skills, and then you choose at level 56, 57, and 58 for your skill enhancements, or Robum skills, since we seem to use those 2 terms interchangeably. These skills were developed to focus on effects rather than strengthening PvE play. In other words, they focus on utility over damage. Amongst the Robum skills, Cloudburst and Inkstroke inflict long-range stun and knockdown damage. Skills like Kaleidoscope Flower and Chrysanth Swirl have defensive effects for more stability as you do damage. As for Spring Blossom and Reinvigorate, they're utilized as buffs. So you can then see the individual skills. You got a little animation of what they actually look like there, and they quite literally described it very well with how these actually interact when you're choosing between the 2. The buffs type here is your Spring Blossom is an HP recovery plus 300 for 20 seconds when using the skill, and it's super armored while you're in the animation, and also super armored for the other one. It's a straight up 60% HP heal to self, and then minus 250 MP for 5 seconds each time, max 4 times, minus 80% MP when using the skill. So that's going to be really useful in a lot of situations to have that heal on there. Then as far as the new Succession skills that were introduced, we have Ink Wrath and Flurry. We've got 100% crit rate on Ink Wrath at 12% accuracy rate. It's a super armor. It only has KD in PvE. Decent dish damage. The fact that it's 100% crit rate is there. It's not a whole ton of hits. And then we have the Flurry skill, which is a lot more hits for it. It's a 50% crit rate, 8% accuracy on that. You recover 32 HP per hit, and it does have a knockback on hits 1 and 2, and that's not limited to PvE. So there you go on the new skills. Other things updated. We have some updates that were mentioned during the dev talk portion of Calpheon Ball and a little bit after that as well. And one of those things is that you can now acquire sailing XP a little bit easier. You get this in coastal waters. It's 25% of the amount that you would be getting when sailing the ocean. You should start to see those level up when you're just kind of, I don't know, cruising out to Secrea underwater, that sort of thing. Then we have Arena Solare, the preseason that is launched, and along with that, there's also new gear and crystals, and you'll have the placement match system that is implemented within the preseason. So we know how Arena Solare works, 3v3 with it, with a set amount of gear. They've added to what gear that you can have, as well as added a couple of maps as well. As I mentioned before, the preseason is going to run through next maintenance for it. So you have your placement matches within that time frame, and then the regular season will start that same day when the preseason does end. Times are not noted what time zone it is, but if you need, here's NA and EU. You'll have to guess what time zone it is because it's not marked here. I would imagine this is PST for NA, but we don't mark things like that, so who really knows? Anyway, then they kind of explain the placement match system. So you're going to enter the placement matching when you go in. The starting score for those matches is going to be allotted based on what your final score was at the end of last season. If you didn't get a chance to play last season, you're going to start at 1,000. You'll have 5 placement matches per family on it. If you win, you'll receive 3 times more victory points than usual, and this is going to kind of set you up for where you're going to be placed within the regular season moving forward. And then with new gear and crystals, they first of all removed Orkinrad, the Dark Red Fang Valor Crystal, and the Jin Hystria crystals from the setup. And then we have some new items to kind of go along with this. Kind of interesting here. So we're seeing some evasion type sets in general that have really good all-around stats. Tri-Stormy I-Ring is 10 AP, 8 accuracy, 6 DP, and then 51 evasion on that as well. So here come Strikers and Mystics. That'll be fun. Try Peaceful Vagabond's Earring as 11 AP and 8 accuracy. And then the item effect on this is plus 1% Black Spirit Rage recovery every 10 seconds. Definitely interesting here. We got a belt available with 12 AP, 8 accuracy, 6 DP. That is 62 evasion and then 100 HP on top of it. Interesting that there's a weight limit increase on that for Arena of Solar, but all right. We have Tet Slumbering Sages, Armors, 84 DP, math up, a lot of evasion, and TR as well as some separate options. We've got new crystals available. A couple of glove crystals. First one, Ignore All Resistance plus 7% and Attack and Casting Speed plus 5%. That is very appealing. We've also got an option for plus 3 AP plus 2% Ignore All Resistance and Critical Hit Rate plus 7%. We've got a main hand one with HP Recovery plus 9 when attacking. I don't know that HP recovery is super great on that, and that slot is actually really important for Ignore All Resist, so I can't see that one actually getting used. Curious what the background on developing that one was. Then for boots, we've got a couple options here. An all resistance plus 5% with max stamina 230, or you can go with an all resistance plus 12% and a max stamina 75. And then in the chest piece, we've got a movement speed minus 3%, and then you pick up 425 HP and 3 damage reduction as well. So definitely some new options to try out and kind of see what's going on. And to then try these out, they're going to go ahead and give you 300 seals of Solar right out of the gate so that you can actually try some of these new combinations while you're within the preseason without having to win a whole bunch of matches or play a whole bunch of matches first and then actually do them right out of the gate. So that's pretty nice. I doubt they'll do that for the regular season. Excuse me. And then they did adjust also the number of seals required to get the Offentet and Kudum sub-weapons. It is now only 2 seals to pick those up. I can't remember if it was 3 or 5 before, but it's been reduced nonetheless. The new battlefields that were introduced is we have Barhan Gateway. There's no gimmicks to this one. It's kind of just a narrow pathway, at least from this picture, what it looks like, and just says you must rely solely on your skills with no unexpected variables. So I imagine most people will like that map because that's typically what most people like is without gimmicks. And then we have Geisen Rasia Temple Above Ground, which is the only gimmick here being the Song of Wind that's going to appear every round to turn the tide of battle at the 2 stairway entrances. So something to think about, although ever since they changed how many hits that thing takes, it's not quite as impactful as it used to be when you just tear through that real fast. Then they just have a tip to remind you that you can play with friends during practice mode time. So if you want to queue up that way, that is an option. Moving on into item updates. Life byproducts are meant to help you obtain items that improve life efficiency and thus lead you deeper into our content. Such items can now be exchanged more easily at all major cities. Also, characters will no longer do a cheering emotion when a hard or sharp crystal shard is obtained. Again, things we talked about the Calphion Ball, so there's no more NPCs to turn in things like your discarded glass bottle instead of having to go just to Creo and Velia, and we have that for other items as well, cooking and alchemy and whatnot. And just like they said, the cheering emote is completely removed on hards and sharps now, so that's kind of nice. Then we also get a little bit of a quality of life update here. You can exchange Cloud or Kaposha accessories for different parts. You can do this once per day, so maybe you picked up a component that by mistake you got a ring when you wanted a belt or something like that, or maybe you actually got another ring that can replace this one and you could use it as a belt. You can now once per day swap that item over to another piece so that it's not completely irrelevant for you. That'll actually be really handy for players just kind of getting their gear going in general. We have a thank you for adventurers who have been enjoying Black Desert's twin class Woosa, and as an expression of their gratitude, they're going to extend the availability of the blessed buff items, Blessing of Fragrant Wind and Blessings of Earth, which were only available for those who pre-registered for Woosa. Both new and returning adventurers will be able to claim these buffs through the challenge reward window. We hope these will aid you in your adventure so you can set up with a life skill or an item drop rate bonus, and you'll be getting these just by logging into the game, as we saw on the event page. Monster updates. We got a couple of little updates for blue whales and fugitive calc. They were being improved. These monsters are going to appear on random servers at random times, just like field bosses. However, a message will be displayed before their appearance so that adventurers can form parties in advance. As more adventurers will be able to gather, the number of parties permitted to hunt and the probability to obtain items have also been increased. As for blue whale, after it's hunted, up to 2 more will spawn in the ocean where it initially appeared. We hope these changes will make your hunting ventures more enjoyable, and then they do break down what was increased for it, and then times for appearance. You can see different items increased a certain amount of times. For instance, blue whale molar increased 1.5 times drop rate. Same thing for fugitive calc. And then also for the raw king of grass rhinos, a couple of adjustments there. Dev note, we've increased the overall rate of loot item drops in monster zones to allow adventurers to grow their characters during the season. We adjusted the balance of loot items in consideration of the growth rate of season characters so that you can obtain refined magical blackstones that guarantee the enhancement Pride of Tri gear in monster zones with moderate AP level with low Tuvala gear enhancement. And for those who have already equipped gear in monster zones that require higher AP, it'll be much more Tuvala ore. And in some of these pretty significant. So when they're talking about places like Fogans, Gahas, Polys, that sort of thing, those refined magical blackstones were increased by 9 times. So that's actually pretty significant. And then your other items are increased anywhere from 1 to into the 3 times, depending on the spot that you're grinding. So from there, we have some UI updates and web tweaks and whatnot there. Let's jump on over to the Pearl Shop, take a look at what we got going on. First up, new outfits, sort of. We have other outfits that existed before that are now available for Woosa. Tiger Emissary, Splatfisher's Clothes, the Diving Set, the Canape, Pavilla costume, Venicil, and riding attire all now available. Then we have the Sweet Dreams underwear box available for 630 pearls, but it is not available for Woosa or Dracania for that matter. We've got a New Year's Penta Premium pack. Of course, we know the drill on these. 5 outfits for 11,050 pearls, a bonus of a 40 stack, 500 Cronstones, 10 Valk's Cry, and 10 Memory Fragments. Then we've got good old RNG boxes. The Mystery Outfit box available at 1,300 pearls individually, or you can get a 5+1 set, which is 6 of those for 6,500 pearls if you want to pick that up. 50% off on a single one. 650 pearls to get that one. Snowball Rosefinch and Friends New Year's bundle available, 1,760 pearls, and you will get the Snowball Rosefinch along with choosing either the Snow Kid or the Snowflake Reindeer, some feed to go along with it. Then the Snowflake Rosefinch at 1,760 pearls will get you that guy. And is this literally just listed twice? Yeah, it is. Okay, twice. So there you go. New Year's Courser Training Pack, 1,630 pearls. It's going to get you 5 mount skill change coupons, 200 Cronstones, your choice of Dream Horse materials X10, and then a bonus with a 10-hour mount XP scroll, 2 Courser's Aura, and 2 Celerity drafts. We've got New Year's Daily Enhancement Pack, once per day, 270 pearls. You can get 10 Artisans, 5 Valk's Cry, 5 Memory Fragments, a 30 stack, and 20 Cronstones. Not completely terrible. Artisan-wise, it's 27 pearls per artisan, which isn't super amazing. The really good deals on those, you want to see around 20 pearls, but factoring those other items, it may be of value to you. We got a category sale, 20% off on the Function Miscellaneous, and the weekly outfit on sale this week is the Star Seeker Premium outfit, for which, when they added a picture to what the sale outfit is, which is a very good idea. I like that. So there you have it for this week's patch notes and Pearl Shop. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos do go live. And if you'd like to catch me playing live, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description down below. Jump on over there, drop a follow so you get notifications for that as well. With that said, that's going to be it for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.